My name's Dale Danker. I'm the president here in Tulsa, TW Local 514, and I have with me.
I'm Marla Johnson. I'm the vice president here in Tulsa, Local 514.
We wanted to make a quick end of the year wrap up video of what we've been looking at behind us. So the main thing is, come January 6th, we have the contract extensions. There's 4 contracts that were overwhelmingly voted in. And I'd like to just remind everyone that on January 6th is when your new pay rate starts. Whenever you get your paycheck after January 6th, it's likely going to be 2 weeks from January 6th or come in on a Thursday. Please check and make sure that it's accurate. And if it's not accurate, call an officer. We'll get involved and we'll get that straightened out. So, as I look at my notes here to say, what have we been able to accomplish in a year? One of the things that we was able to get accomplished with the help of MCT Chairman Jason Best, he worked hand in hand with the company to try to resolve a presidential grievance from 2018, and we were able to reach a settlement on that, and that settlement provided, the grievance involved inspection losing work to AMT classification. And so this settlement brought that work back to a tech crew chief. And so we were able to go up one higher capacity job in Tulsa with Jason's efforts. So we were able to get that accomplished. And I talked to Raleigh Reeves last week, and he informed me that he sat down with American Airlines attorney Jonathan Olaf to strike for an arbitrator. So you have these arbitrator names, and say there's 11 names, and they'll strike a name off, and you strike a name off. And we were able to end with an arbitrator through that process. We don't have a selected date. Raleigh's hopeful maybe we can get it to arbitration by August 2025. There are some other cases before Raleigh got started in his role as international rep for M&R for American Airlines, that there was some cases already slated, so we'll have to get in behind those. And the company advised Raleigh that, hey, get with Danker and let's have a meeting to see, if we can't hammer out a solution or talk about the problems. And so maybe before we get to August 2025, we can hammer out something that's agreeable. More to come on that. Marla, do you want to talk a little bit about your grievance, where you're at, where you've been?
I just kind of want to give a year review on grievances. So I want to thank all of my stewards out there, and I want to thank the officers for doing a good job. In January of last year, we started with 1,935 grievances. We've worked 1,222 grievances these last 12 months, and now we are at 1,218. Now, the majority of those are actually known crew chief outage and also qualification grievances that we have set aside to get answers from either an arbitrator or a mediator before we close those out. So realistically, we're about 500 to 600 working grievances right now, and we appreciate all your help getting us the information. And when we call you, please do help our stewards and our officers get that information needed to get those grievances worked.
So to that point, today's Monday. We're recording this on a Monday. Membership meetings are today. Last week, late, I think on a Friday, an association document come out, and we posted on the website. But it was a letter from Raleigh Reeves and John Coveney explaining that through a leadership meeting they had with the company. Kevin Brickner was the highest leader on the A side there. But it was a letter stating that the American Airlines is going to make a commitment to come back in and start putting, everybody put their best foot forward, if you will, to try to resolve these multiple open issues that have been lingering since we signed negotiated the contract in March 26th of 2020. So Marla and I will have to travel some through the contract extension. One of the things that was put in as it was a problem. It was determined that we looked at the fleet contract book. They have a process after going to the GRB with your grievances, going down to headquarters and trying to make your best case. If you get denied there's an opportunity now, because we did it. We put it back in like the fleet service contract book, that we could ask for mediation. The company agrees with that. Then we'll go in front of a mediator and air out our differences and try to listen to possible solutions. But to get to an NMB sponsored mediation, Marla and I, along with other local presidents and vice presidents, we will have to go to the NMB training session. And I believe it's going to be in Chicago where we have to travel to. And again, to the association document talking about trying to resolve these open issues and sitting down with the company. Marla and I will travel to Phoenix with other maintenance local leaders, and we will sit down with the TW side and the IAM side, and we will talk about what we think and prioritize yet once again the open issues. And then we'll come back, I think a week or a week and a half later, we'll meet at headquarters, American Airlines headquarters, and we'll sit down with their team to see if we can't come up with some solutions to these problems. Along with that, we had a meeting about 3 or 4 weeks ago with Ed Sangrico over here on the base, and the engine world is under a different MD. Ed's an MD who's under Bo, and they had one of their leaders in the meeting. Inspection is a different group. They would have a leader there. MLS is a different group. They would have a leader there. Facilities now falls under Ed, but what we are going to do, HR is there, labor relations is in there. We're going to come back together to start having these larger meetings once a month to try to address issues and make sure that we're all on the same page. When we stopped having these meetings, I felt like that we're gobbling up everybody an hour and a half with these meetings. We're bringing issues to the table with no opportunity for a resolution. So we just backed off and said, we'll just file grievances and we'll run them through the grievance process. Now, Marla and I would still go to those meetings. Oh, if I was out of town, Joe would go with her, Joe Brown. So we were still having meetings with the company, but not in this larger setting. And Ed agrees that we probably ought to come back together and make sure that we're all speaking from the same page. We'll start that back up in January. So that's kind of a little bit about how we're going to try to work grievances going forward and try to get faster, quicker resolution and answers. On the year-end review thought process, I want to let you know that your local treasury, which Dan Johnson's the treasurer, it's as strong as it ever has been in my time as president. And we have the financial strength to go where we need to go and handle these contractual meetings, and we are able to continue to support giving back to the memberships. It's your money and it's your dues money, and we try real hard to do the things legally we can do. We can give door prizes, we can give hats and t-shirts to promote, our local. So we have the financial strength to do those and still be involved in the community. Here lately, we just delivered 135 bikes for kids, Bikes for Kids. It's a big community push. The Working Women's Committee gathered clothes and took them to some elderly homes.
Well, they went to the Claremore Nursing Center
Right.
in Claremore, and they delivered clothes and house shoes and
Right.
blankets.
Our Veterans Committee still supporting all the veterans out there that serve this country. We're doing the adult party, which was a big event this year. Thank you to the officers that were involved in that and those committee volunteers, because they spent a lot of their own time on that project. I think there was 900 folks that came to that, somewhere
I
around
believe
there.
so.
Yeah, so I thought it was nice. It was done out to Hard Rock. It was a nice evening. I do the family day. That's the second year for that. This year it was at
Mohawk
Mohawk.
Park.
I was not able to attend. And I know Don would say if he was here, next year is going to be in an air conditioned. So
It's going to be at Wee Street.
you're going to be at Wee Street. You can come out and enjoy that. So we're able to do these events, civil and human rights, turkey drives, ham drives, benefits. We're able to send the officers that help with benefits. We're able to send them on the trips that they need to go to learn and be educated on what the changes are going to be every year when we sign up for benefits. We got the FLOC committee, which is Future Leaders Committee. Younger members and new members that want to get involved in the union. That's through Joe Brown and his committee. So I think that I don't want to go long and regurgitate everything we've done over the past year. I just want to be able to say that your local's in pretty good shape. It's in great shape, actually. Financially, it's in awesome shape. And hope that we can see you at some time, pick a meeting out through the year and come to it. December's always a good one for some reason. But Jay Potter, in today's membership meeting, he put together some stats, and I want to read them. I thought some of them were kind of eye-opening. So he did a one-year review from January 1st, 2024, up until today, the latest information he could gather. He reported out in the membership meeting that we've had 539 new hires. It includes all classifications, all contracts. Here's the thing that popped for me. 22 of those new hires have been terminated. That was 5%. 5% of the people getting hired are getting terminated for basically not coming to work on time. So encourage the new hires, if you will, to come to work on time. 173 had dropped off the seniority list. Of that 173, 96 retired, 15 resigned, and a total of 42, which included the 28 I just mentioned, 42 of them total were terminated. 20 were deceased. 20 people passed away in 2024 up to the date. Gives us a net gain at the base of 365 total. So just like to end with, I think you have something else you want to add, Marla?
Yeah, I do want to add. So union stewards. We never have enough union stewards out on the floor. I want to encourage people to come to meetings. In our bylaws, it states a new steward must have 3 membership meetings. If you're a returning steward, you must have 4 membership meetings and 4 steward meetings. We need all the participation we can get. We encourage you to come to a meeting. We encourage you to sign up. Sign-ups are in January. So if you have your meetings under your belt, please sign up when those are posted.
Lastly, do you want to say it or do you want me to? Both of
Let's
us?
both say it.
We want to disclose with Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Always get in there and get your comp days.
That's right.
Put in for your comp days.
Be safe.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Come to a meeting sometime. If you can, pick one out and come to it and come say hi. Thank you.